Yeah, we recorded part of a phone call.
Yeah.
Okay, so you voxed me about like temptations you were having, like just this past week or what?
Yeah, this past week of um, just a definitely temptations and a change in mindset for me is was the biggest was like I was trying to convince myself that I could do certain things. I was trying to convince myself that I can lay off the discipline for a
Oh
while.
yeah,
And um, just like multiple things that have happened that I'm just like, why now do I think this is okay for me to do?
yeah, I gotcha. So
Um,
it's like so you basically just loosened up your mentality
Absolutely.
because you've been
And I think,
freaking steadfast for a while.
yeah, like, and that's what I'm most concerned about is I know that the second I just start allowing myself to go back downhill, it's just gonna be a snowball. And
Oh,
like
for sure.
I know it's gonna be I because it's gonna start with the small stuff. Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
gonna start with I'm not gonna I'm gonna start taking warmer showers. And then next thing I know, I'm gonna start eating meat. And then next thing I know, I'm like freaking in my basement masturbating.
Is
Like,
No, I get it. Like that's basically what happened with the end of my 6 month relapse and that other guy that we know. Like it slowly crept in. It wasn't just all of a sudden. It was just like I slacked off on my mental discipline, I guess. Uh, so this has actually been like the past probably week and a half, maybe week, have just been we talked that one time like almost a week or two ago, and I was just like I didn't have a ridiculous temptation, like a really like crazy insane temptation, but it was just like I felt it. I felt it there more than it has been in the last 2, 3 months. Because I think I'm officially like
mm,
in my 90 days or in the 90s, and I've just felt it there more, you know.
yeah, I hear that.
And I think I've been really trying to pay attention and like bring it to prayer, and half of me is just like, dude, get a girlfriend. Like you have all this love and energy to give, and it's just like welling up. But I brought that to prayer, and I maybe mentioned this to you before, but I was just like, I just heard God. He was just like, Eric, what about me? Like you have all this love and energy you say you have. Like, why aren't you giving it to me? You know that's the best thing, and
Right
like
on.
only good things will happen. And I'm just like, bro, I hear you, but like, duh, that's tough, you know. And then just since then, it's just been the like, and again, I haven't had any just like ridiculous, mind blowing temptations. It's just like the thoughts have been there, like you said in that message. Like I could see myself doing that, but like you know what I mean.
Yeah,
You know what I mean. Like not like I'm going to do it. Just like it wasn't even a question or a half a thought the past 3 months.
right. Exactly.
What is that?
I I need to figure and that's why I think this phone call is super important.
Sure.
And I actually mentioned it to the seven guys I got doing um,
Strong 30.
the Strong 30
Yeah.
because it worked out perfect. So the meeting today was about um, your turning your weakness into strength.
Was this
And like,
meeting two today?
no, this was meeting three.
Oh, hot stuff.
Yep. Um, this is meeting three, and it was just the like late. The first paragraph was about making your weaknesses strength. Like,
Yeah.
look back to the last time you fell, where were you? What
Hmm.
were you doing? What were the sequences um, that allowed you to fall? And like, how do we recognize that? Being more self aware of like, because right now I'm very self aware of what's happening. Like,
Yeah, I'm trying to just pay so much attention to it right now.
and I just need, yeah, and I think we just need to document it. Whether that's audio, just like what we're doing, just audio, or if it's video, and it's probably just going to be a mixture. I'll probably
I'm
write
super
about.
gonna vlog about it this week. Like my
Okay,
week's vlog is gonna be on just kind of the temptations and self awareness that I've been having recently.
okay, I like it.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
even
it
call
was.
them like temptations though. It's a weird feeling. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is a temptation.
Okay.
Um, but like yesterday, so I just want to walk you through yesterday because yesterday was
Okay.
like just a absolute like all in one. This is what has been happening. So yesterday, like waking up, the first thing I do, I'm going to 7 a.m. mass.
Because
My alarm's up.
how long have you not been drinking?
Oh, when did we start that book?
Duh, late January, I think. Like
Late Jan. I didn't.
literally the last time I fell, I was drunk.
Okay.
And that's also
The
the last time I was drunk.
right. So I had not drank. How I. It was sometime in like mid December. I think it was like December 20th or something like that.
Jeez. Okay.
But that's just drinking. That's just having a drink. I haven't got drunk since like
Wait, you were drinking while reading the book in late January.
oh yeah, no, you're right.
I was like,
I totally forgot
December.
about that.
You bought like a case and you're like, I challenge this book.
No, oh my gosh, how did I forget about
I don't
that?
know. I mean, it has been a while. You've been seriously crushing it.
No, I do. So I bought that. So I bought that 12 pack. No, it was an 18 pack, and I was like, I'm reading this book. I didn't drink while I was reading because that's what one rule she had. But
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to have 3 to 4 beers every night, and so I would write and I would sit in my, um, I would sit and write and drink 3 to 4 until I got a buzz, and then I'd go to sleep. And um,
Were you like,
yeah,
I didn't
I
know you
think
did that. Did you like, were you doing that as like I'm trying to feel like what this alcohol is doing to me and if I really like it? Or were you just like, no, dude, I'm just going to have a few beers?
it was it. It started off as like I'm really kind of craving a buzz.
Okay.
And I hadn't, prior then, I just hadn't drank to get a buzz in so long that it was like, well, so long for me that it was like, I'm just going to drink to get a buzz by myself. And then she did mention, like, drink by yourself, see if you actually like it. And so then I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going
Yeah.
to try it. Um, but yeah, so you are right. It was that book, whenever we finished it, that was the last day I even
Okay.
like touched alcohol.
Awesome.
Um,
Okay. So
but
yesterday.
like so yesterday, so the start, I wake up, going to 7 a.m. mass. My alarm's at like 6:20 or something like that. I just completely ignore it, and
Hmm.
I lay there and I'm like snooze. I can wake up at 6:30 and still be there on time, and because it's only like a 2 minute drive, but
Yeah.
like just the fact that I was like, hey, I'm gonna give in and I'm just gonna lay around for a while,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then I fell back asleep, then woke up. It was like 6:42 or something like that. And then I was just like, well, now I'm literally just taking God's time out of the day already. Like, so I actually made it in time, but I was just like, okay, why did I allow myself that? So then I head over right after mass. I go and babysit my godson, and um, once his dad gets back, we're just hanging out, and I was like, "Hey, do you want to go eat somewhere?" And they're like, "Yeah, let's." We went to this buffet place, and I was just like, "Okay, cool." I'll just like get all of the fruit, and hopefully they have like some oatmeal and stuff. Like that's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna have. Well, I was like eating the fruit, and then they had some potatoes, and I was like eating those, and they had waffles there, and I was like, "Oh, I haven't had a waffle in a while." And but like waffles are guaranteed, like unless they for some reason are like, "Hey, we probably have a vegan coming. We're gonna make vegan waffles." Unless they did that,
Yeah.
they have eggs in them. And so I just like was like, you know what? I don't even care. I'm gonna do it. So I
You've been
just had
vegan longer than you've not been drinking?
ice. It's probably yeah. Wait, does that make sense?
No, yeah, yeah. Like
Janu-
you were vegan
January
before you
first.
quit drinking.
Yeah,
Okay.
January 1st.
Okay.
Um,
Gotcha.
and I just allowed myself, and it wasn't like I went and ate two waffles. Like they're all cut up in slices, but like I probably had like four full waffles. I was just kept eating, and so just like letting myself just go with this food. Like I just kept going at it, and then so I'm full, I'm tired, and then like I'm supposed to be going and working on my truck, and I like decide like I'll do that a little bit later. So I just like allowed myself to hang out with my brother for a while. And then I finally got to my truck, did a little bit of work, and my brother had mentioned about like drinking. And like the whole time I was just like, a beer sounds good because it's like Sunday afternoon. I was just like, I would be so into like going somewhere to get a little buzz. Well, I ended up going golfing and with my brother,
Yeah.
and of course, like that's a my brother literally said he's like, if I don't have beer on the course, why am I golfing? and so like
What a
this
mindset.
this this thought is just running through my head, and like before we went, I was just like I could literally see this fight going inside my head. Like I'm throwing excuses at myself. Like I'm like, why wouldn't I allow myself a beer? And then I was like, a beer's not gonna be like a bad thing. And then as I'm thinking that, there's a part of my mind's like, yeah, we're gonna have one beer and then we're gonna have three more right after. Like I was literally being like the devil. Like
Dude. Yeah,
I
yeah.
was there was just this battle going inside my head, and I knew if I allowed one beer, it was gonna be multiple. And then I was just like, wait, beer hasn't even been a question for this long. Like, why am I even thinking about one beer, let alone tons?
Yeah.
And then
What
and
that leads
then
to.
yes, absolutely. Like, oh, I was so frustrated with myself, and but I didn't drink.
Because you would for sure just go
Um,
home and masturbate.
yeah, especially if yes, like if it was yes, absolutely. And then I'm like at the house, and I think this was actually before we went and golfed, and
Yeah.
I'm just like scrolling. I'm scrolling through Instagram, and I come across like this beautiful girl, and like
Mm.
like I mentioned before, that chest. It's it's like when you jump into cold water and you get that
That
like
feeling
that
in your
little like
chest, that's just like,
mhm.
ooh.
It was this it was just like sudden
That's so
realization that
weird because when you said that, and I've like, oh my gosh, I've felt that. Like I've just never put it into words or like recognized it, but it's like there's a feeling there right before the chase.
yes, yeah, and it's just like it kind of builds up some like something in the back of your neck where you just feel it, and I don't understand what it is, but
When it happens,
it
I
was
become super aware of my breathing. My breathing changes. Like
yes.
it gets quicker.
Oh my gosh, I told a guy one time. I said, "Hey, next time you're tempted, stop and just like breathe as slow as possible.
It's
Because
so bizarre how like that does stuff.
that and that's how like that moment, it only happened for like 5 seconds, but that's how I get out of those moments. Is like
Good.
I'm just like
Oh, that's a good. Why don't I do that more often? Dang it, I've done it before.
like, oh dude, it's a game changer. Just like because with everything in my life recently,
Yeah.
I'm trying to envision like completely and allow myself completely to be a vessel. Like anything and everything goes straight to God. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
I visualize it through my breathing. So if even things that like a compliment, like somebody gives me a compliment, I go deep breath in, that compliment's there, and it's out and it's on its way to God. Like
That is
that's
fascinating.
how that's how my body that's how I need to operate.
Okay.
And so same with temptations or anything like I recognize it, it's gone.
Okay.
And so that's how I got through it. But it was just the
Yes, that's how you got through yesterday.
yeah, and
Okay.
that's how it was just crazy that I had this recognition of like because I was in my room when I was looking at the phone, and I
Yeah.
was just like I thought to myself I could literally stand up, walk into my bathroom, and masturbate. Like it was just like
Yeah.
it was a real thing
What's and why I
that
guess
could
I was
happen.
saying it's maybe not a temptation earlier is because like it's been like that. Like in my head, it's like I could go do this, but I haven't had like the crazy fighting going on. And I think that's just because like I haven't truly allowed myself the opportunity like to start the search where like you scroll through like Facebook or Instagram just with the sole purpose of finding a temptation, you know? Because like that, when you do that and then you come across like the beautiful chick or whatever, and then your heart really starts going and you're really just like, I can't think of anything fun to do in the next 5 minutes other than look at porn.
Absolutely. Your
Like,
mind just gets you get tunnel vision.
yeah, so that's what I guess what I'm saying when I haven't fought a temptation. I haven't had that like tunnel porn vision, but it's definitely been like, hey, that apple's pretty sweet. I haven't bit it in a while. You know? It's bizarre. You still
Yeah,
okay.
I hear you.
So what's man? So one thing I was kind of thinking about today, like this obviously I'm so curious where this is going to go because this is actually a major. um, where are these temptations going to go? Are they going to squash? Are they going to grow? I think we're more in control than we realize. So, like, one thing I've voxed back earlier that I've thought about more is like when we're finding our flame and you really like, dude, after that focus conference, I was unstoppable. Like, I was so in love with God, and I just haven't had a really intense opportunity to praise God for a long time. Like for a extended period of time since that conference. Like yes, I've been to adoration, yes, I've prayed the rosary, yes, I've read the Bible, but like I haven't spent like a day or 2 days or 3 days just like fully just like on a date with him. And I know I said that kind of weird,
Gotcha.
but like I just need to I think that's a huge part of the puzzle is like every month or two just setting up like a little conference for yourself or mission weekend or just have a silent retreat.
I hear that.
So I want
I
to
think
I want to entertain doing that before you start your summer gig, and when we just have a weekend that aligns.
okay.
I think
I'm super into that,
yeah, I think we really need to do something like that. Cause
and
like
I
there's adding little sticks to the fire every now and then, but like I don't know, I just feel like those weekends are just like gas.
right.
I don't know.
I yeah, no, I completely agree. You just kind of have to, and I think there's a sense of community that goes along with those.
Okay,
Also,
okay.
like there's a, but it would definitely depend on your personality. So I can see you and I benefiting from a silent retreat also, but like
Oh no, I
a
gotcha.
re, a re, a retreat with like a bunch of people that are,
Like way down the
same.
road, I want Finding the Flame to put those on. Like
Okay.
like get with organizations that already do that, like Wham,
Yes.
the Wichita
Yes. I love
Adorers,
that.
and
I
just
love
like
that.
specifically just like do stuff or just participate in the things they're already putting on. You know,
Right.
what have you like thought more about it and or potential solutions? Because like
For
that's
what we're going through right now.
yeah, because that's just like in my head. I'm just like, well, I think that's the missing puzzle piece.
Yeah. No, I've been like just flirting with ideas, trying
Yeah.
to think about what I seriously think. Um, I think God knew this was going to happen,
Mm-hmm.
and He
Mm-hmm.
put this Banff trip in my life for a reason.
Okay.
Because He knew I was going to hit this point where I'm just like I'm I'm on the edge right now. Like I am. I wouldn't say I'm like falling over, but
Oh
like
yeah, like
I'm
you and I are at an
approaching
interesting
this.
point, and it's so funny that it's the same time. Like we're just standing on the edge and looking around.
Yes. Yes. And
Oh my
yes,
gosh! Sorry,
exactly.
time out, dude. You have Netflix?
I do not.
Duh, duh. I may have to like text you our password then.
Okay.
Do you have like an hour to watch a
I mean,
documentary?
I might have one. We'll see how you
the
behave.
The Heart of Man.
Yeah, you told me about this.
Dude, like what I'm just describing is in that movie. Like they're on an
No
island
joke.
and this guy sees the other island and he stands on the edge of a cliff and is looking at the god figure, the father figure, the god figure, and like is just looking at him and looking at this other mysterious island and looking at him, and then he jumps off the cliff. So like when I
Oh
said that, I was
man.
like, dude, this is surreal. This is surreal. That
Oh
documentary is
crazy.
also unbelievably phenomenal. Yeah,
It sounds like it from everything you've described.
I'll have to text you our password so you can watch it while you just have downtime up wherever you
Yeah, I might have to.
are. So we're on the edge. I totally cut you off because I remembered that.
No, you're good. Well, shit. Maybe you're not good because I don't know where I went with this.
Hashtag Eric always cuts people off. I'm really bad at that. I'm so bad. I think
Ah,
another thing in my head is like, um, my unconscious mind is not all the way. Like I read the book, This Naked Mind, for alcohol, and I saw the parallels, but like I don't have the full picture yet. And like I'm writing and drafting, but I don't have the full picture yet. I mean, I'm painting. I'm halfway through painting, you know.
I hear that.
And I think just going through that and really I guess reaffirming just like that there's no good that comes from this. It's just going to realign. I'll just walk away from the edge.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think there's a difference between walking away from the edge a little bit and then just turning around and running towards God.
Right.
Because I'm not doing the latter right now. I'll just straight up admit. Like, yes, I have prayer that I am doing more than I ever have, literally, but it's still not consistently every day.
I got you on that.
Man.
Um, so one thing I thought about
Mm-hmm.
was for my mindset, what if I told myself that I masturbated yesterday? And so this is like day one from 6 months ago. So like I have to be in the mindset as hard as I was last time, like bring myself to how shitty I felt for falling, for um, just how terrible I felt, and the drive that I had to not fall again. And maybe I put myself in those shoes again, and then I just have like, I have that mindset that I'm one day out. Let's get to the 6 months. I don't know. That was
I
just
think
my
you're on to something. I've had like a bajillion red flags just show up there. Cuz like
gotcha.
the mindset that I always had and when I was an addict is like, dude, I just fell yesterday. What does it matter if I fall today, you know?
That's exact. I thought of that too when I was going through it.
Yeah, and like there's just not like the fear tactic is not a good tactic.
Right.
Like the oh, I really hate that I was just here, you know? I think that that might sound like a decent idea right now, but like if you're in the temptation, it's kind of similar as like, oh, I hate that I do this, just like straight conscious mind, you know.
I hear that.
But
I hear that.
where I think you're kind of onto something is finding the joy that you had that first week in the discipline, and like you straight up just have more time in a day now that 30 minutes or an hour or 3 hours is not devoted to looking at porn and masturbating. Like, and your day's also planned out. And like, that was a good feeling. Like being in control. Why would you ever let go of that?
Yes.
And so I guess it's a similar way of thinking. It's just like your primary focus is on how awesome life is without this, not how much you hated life before it. Which is why
Right.
I mean it's similar-ish, but it's not. You know,
I hear that.
this is so fascinating.
It really is. So I went to um I want to say a quote. So I went to confession the other day
Yeah,
and
dude,
confessed
I
to
need to. I
sin.
haven't been in forever. Just Houston.
Dude, it's tough when like because I got so used to saying the same sins over and over
It's
again.
like, yeah.
Like I literally the first time I walked into confession after not falling, I was like, "Bless me, Father, if I've sinned. I've done this in a mess. No, I have not." Like like it was, it's
Dude,
just
it's like, what do
just
I
crazy. Like,
confess? I'm perfect in
yeah,
every other realm.
exactly. Now, so yeah, I confessed, and what the priest said to me was awesome. Was because it's exactly where what I needed to hear at this point in time because I've been thinking about the just like what happened yesterday was just me being confident enough of like I don't need this extra discipline. Like I can have that waffle or I could have that beer if I really wanted it. He said he said sometimes we're so prideful and so confident in ourselves that
Yeah.
we allow ourselves to be put into a position that we say I can say no to this.
Yep.
And so I think right now what I need to focus on is humility. Is humility of like, yeah, I like discipline and it's not even me doing it. Like I guess I've allowed God to work through me to discipline myself
Yeah.
like this, but I still am not shit. Like I still do not have discipline. Um, so yeah, what I'm focusing after that um, time in the confessional, I was just like, really, he nailed it. Like I have to focus on humility. I have
Yeah.
I have to be so aware of like when I do tell myself, hey, I've gone 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
I can stare at a woman for a little bit longer, or I
Yeah.
can do this, I can do that.
Well,
Like
in my head, it's like that's I I equate that to like I'm a little thirsty. Like, and if I just hold the drink in front of me and I can just smell it right there, like that'll give me enough pleasure. And like, I have plenty of experience. That never works. But I always think it will, you know?
right, you always think you'll be able to
Gosh.
say no.
So that I think that's where I'm just like I have a fat line right now that I've been graced with the strength. I haven't crossed it yet. But that's what the
Good,
last couple weeks have been. Just like I could see myself running over there. But I love the awareness that like that's where it starts.
right?
Don't You and I need to stay accountable with like the little things. So I think we should get back in the arena of like wherever you're sleeping, your phone needs to not be in that room. Or like I know you're in a hotel, you're traveling, but put it far. Don't put it on the bedstand.
Gotcha,
Maybe even put it in the
gotcha.
bathroom or something. Like and
Yeah, so it's easier when I
yeah,
want
and
to.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
start doing that. Just like reapplying that because I think
yep,
what finding the flame should be is this right here. Like it's the helping people get out, but it's like addressing this stuff that we're going through right now because I assume we're not unique pickles here, right?
right.
Like I feel like some people will go through this, but I honestly it's probably what like a lot of our content should be like, especially on Instagram or even with the blogs. It'll be easier when you're not crazy busy in the summer and we can actually like write more.
yeah,
Like
I
dive.
think we'll both have pretty similar vlogs
Gosh,
this week.
totally, totally. Well, even
Like
just like
to
with writing articles like on the Catholic teachings, like that's stuff I'm so excited to do.
yes,
It's just this summer's hell,
right.
and so I think just until then, and let's even put a couple of Instagram posts so we can record that in the Instapod, just about like something like temptation and or like just realigning, like the self awareness. Obviously, I'll throw a pineapple in there, but like the having the self awareness to understand where you are in relation to these temptations and in relation to God. You need to double down on the discipline, on the easy stuff. Like don't put your phone on your bedstand. Use the phone with
Right.
purpose. And then you can start to refocus on this amazing fruitful relationship with God.
Yes. Not in that order, but yes.
I needed it in that
You
order originally.
really?
I could never develop a good relationship with God while I was still addicted. I had to like really get down like the This Naked Mind and the discipline. That's why This Naked Mind won't have prayer in it, or whatever it's going to be
I
called.
hear you. I hear you. Yeah.
It's just something new to try.
Yeah. No, I got you.
So you got anything else?
Yeah. So basically, I want to recap
Sure.
on kind of a. So we both agree that we're in this situation.
Similar
We're
situation.
a very similar situation, and what we need is a like step back. Like we both basically just put our heads down. Like we've just been crushing it for
Yeah.
however long, and now we're just like maybe we veered off a little bit, and now we're kind of
Mm-hmm.
running along the side of the cliff, and so maybe we need to kind of stop, look up, and like you said, we just need like a reamp of a retreat,
Yeah.
a
Gosh.
a reorder of like maybe this is what the strong 30 needs to be is like it's you do this at the start and then you go a certain amount of time and like once you get to the point that we're at right now you do the strong
Oh, you
30
can
you do
redo
the
it.
strong 30 again and then you just like you're just back at it like you
I
make yourself
I would
do
even
these
propose like a supplementary program. Like you have the strong 30, but instead of it being the same thing, like we could just write a similar yet different program addressing this exact moment in time. Like, hey, you've been XX months or weeks or days and you're having these thoughts. What you gonna do
I
about it,
hear
bro?
that I hear that I like that.
I think that'd actually be cool. Holy cow. So I'm sitting in my car and I'm looking out the window. There's like 3 rabbits running around our yard.
Oh heck yeah.
I want to shoot them and eat them.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah, a freaking vegan would say that.
um,
Lol. Okay, so
yeah,
even like redipping into a strong 30 and realigning,
just
which I
yeah,
mean is,
just say
dude, you're going through it. You realize that?
sorry.
You're going through the strong 30 right now.
Right, right, and that's probably exactly what I need. And I just need to dive in deeper and deeper into it.
I think that's where the daily writings will help a lot.
Yes,
Because like the weekly, it's
yes,
like a lot happens in a week, you know.
exactly.
But if you have
Yeah,
those
that's and
daily
I just
realignments,
I think I need that. I need the daily alignments for myself too, because even these 11 guys, these
totally,
two groups that I have going on, like for some reason it's in my head, like, are these guys like focusing? Like, are they aware that they're going through the strong 30 today? And so I'm sending them texts every single day, but I'm just like, I don't know. It's kind of a worry. Like, I just want them to be so aware of these 30 days and really get what they need out of this. Um,
for sure. Yeah,
but yeah,
the
just
daily writings will help a lot with that. I think just in every aspect.
yeah. But yeah, I have. That's all I have for this. I
Cool.
have two things that I want to talk to you about.
After.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's get after it. Perfect. Well, until next time.
Alrighty.
Goodbye forever.
Peace out.